Congressman Devin Nunes represents the state of California. He is, of course, on the House Intelligence Committee, and he joins us tonight. Congressman, why wouldn't DOJ prosecute Jim Comey for committing a crime that he's admitted to committing?
Well, Tucker, I agree with everything in your opening statement. I think it's every American should watch what you just said. I want to actually make sure, though, that you understand what John Solomon reported on here, because I think it may be taken a little bit out of context. The IG, supposedly according to Solomon's sources, made a recommendation, okay? Just because the DOJ is not going to act under that recommendation does not mean he's not going to be further looked at. So remember, the U.S. Attorney in Connecticut now is taking all of this information in. So he's taken our criminal referrals, for example. So look, I haven't disclosed who we've referred criminally, but I think one could guess it's highly likely that we would name people who leaked classified information. So they're not going to act on any of our referrals. Those have all been given to the U.S. Attorney in Connecticut. My guess is the same holds true for the IG. Everything's going to be given to the Attorney in Connecticut. So if I was James Comey, I wouldn't be walking in the cornfields of Iowa yet running for president.
So if Comey, and this sounds like a minor detail, but I don't think it is, if Comey is in fact indicted for the crime, again, that he's committed and admitted committing, if that happens, will his house be raided by, say, 30 armed federal agents with an amphibious vehicle and the collusion of CNN?
Well, I would guess probably not, because I believe U.S. Attorney John Durham is actually a man who does see the blind lady that doesn't pull any, is not partisan at all, and is fair in how justice is conducted. Unlike what you saw with the Mueller dossier team, which now we know Mueller wasn't even in charge of that investigation. So I don't believe you will see that, but I do believe that James Comey will be held accountable. And there's one other point that is important to make. The IG, although has important powers, the IG does not have the power to investigate or compel people to be interviewed that don't work at the Department of Justice or in the government. So I've always been hesitant to, although I appreciate what the IG is doing, they are limited where John Durham is not limited, the U.S. Attorney looking at this. So there are a lot more people that need to be interviewed. Even in our investigation, you know, we would love to have a law enforcement arm that we could go out and conduct more interviews. But the FBI and the U.S. Attorney in Connecticut, they're building their team. They have a lot of people out. There'll be a lot of people that are interviewed because what we want to make sure is that it's not just James Comey that gets looked at, but this whole fiasco that's occurred.
That's right.
You know, you just touched on a little bit in your opening. Don't forget the worst that's done. The leaking is really bad, and it was wrong, and it was done to incite a special counsel and poison millions of Americans. But the worst thing I would argue in all of this is that the spying on the political campaign began in the first place, long before they told Congress it began. So this began in early 2016. Yes. And it was done in conjunction with the Hillary Clinton campaign. It doesn't get worse than that.
Yes, by the Obama administration, who we're still venerating like gods for some reason. Congressman, thanks very much. Great to see you.
For some reason. Thank you, Tucker.